writers. Yesterday I told you I was working on my other work in progress, which is LUM, Lumm, and I did chapter 2 and 3 yesterday, and right now I just did chapter 4, and so I'm kind of deciding on chapter 5. There's a lot more that happens during her journey. Again, this story is about a woman who finds out she's adopted and goes off to try to find her biological parents, and she falls in love in the process. And right now she just got there, and she's meeting some new people. I'm just not sure if I want to put all of that in chapter 5 or if I want to split it up, because I go pretty fast in these chapters, and with the way that I write now, I'm really trying to slow things down. So I just don't know if all of this will really fit in chapter 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to put everything in there and then see what happens. But so far, I'm not deviating too much from what I had already written. I'm really just adding things. I'm not taking out a lot of scenes. So this next part, I want her to explore. Maybe she actually spends some time with her new friends. I feel a bit uneasy about this because a lot of details are not coming to me, which it doesn't have to. This is an outline, right? But I guess sometimes I have all the details in my head. I have the dialogue in my head. Like chapter 3, for an example, I was seeing it very clearly. It was like boom, 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 dialogue, this and then this. And then even for chapter 4, I'm like, ooh, I have a clear vision. I want to add this scene in there. And then chapter 5, I'm like, I guess because it's not that big of a deal. She's settling in, like the scenes don't really matter. But I think in chapter 6, I want to change what the chapter 6 is of her kind of going out there. Okay, things are coming to me now. And I was incorrect, not chapter 6 to chapter 7. That's what I meant. Yeah, and the chapter 7 that I wrote with her and this other character was so weird. I think I could do much better with it. I wanted it to be very emotional, but I just don't think that's realistic, and it's very like, I don't even know, it just is not, it's not good. Okay, so I will catch you another day. Peace. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hello fellow writers. So I did 3 chapters today. I did chapter 8 and chapter 9 and 10 of LUM, which is such an ugly name, but I wanna change how I mention it in my videos. I'm just gonna call it the journey story, okay? Because it's definitely a journey. So I did 3 chapters, 8 through 10, and they were a little more emotional, definitely getting into her thoughts about, why she came here, why she left, and all those things. She's been met with some disappointment, but also some other things. New friends, new places, just new adventures, but it's difficult for her to kind of accept those things right now. And I have also been fixing what the outline looks like in my Milanote. I've really enjoyed seeing how other writers do theirs, and I noticed that they use a lot of photos, and I noticed that I don't. My boards are very words heavy, and that's because I have a very vivid imagination. So I see words, and then they transform into photos in my mind. So I don't really need photos to describe my chapters or things like that. But I've been wanting to change that because I like the idea of having photos that represent your story. I mean, I already do that with my chapters when I do my outline, but I wanted to make it more this time. Each of my stories, if you look at like the Milano boards and stuff, they are done a little differently. So I decided to go really different with the journey story, and I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. But I really like it. I think it's really cool. So I hope you also think it's cool, and I'll show you a little bit of what I've written. Because that research idea that I talked about of like having a little note doesn't work with the format that I'm doing now. So I've just been putting like the word research and then writing what exactly I need to research. Okay, I'm gonna show you now. The river that I chose, she's supposed to be riding in a boat. I just wasn't sure if that was actually feasible for her to do. Chapter 4, research. Okay. If they can even be at the lake, apparently there are hippos. Yeah, so those are just some of the things. But I like this. I mean, it's not super photo heavy. There aren't photos everywhere, but I just like how I can look at the photos and kind of remember what's happening in the story instead of having to read a paragraph to figure it out. But I can look at the photos and be like, oh yeah, this is happening and that's happening, and I think that's even a little quicker. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's pretty late, so I'm going to get ready for bed and continue tomorrow. I did 3 chapters today, and from where I am now, I'm just gonna use the old scenes because there's nothing wrong with them. I just need to make them better. The chapter 8 and 9, I think. Yeah, 8 and 9, I changed it quite a bit. So it is different than what's in the original story. But for the next chapter, that one, I'm just going to use the old scene. Even like what happens after, I think I'm going to be using those old scenes. And then there's not much. I kind of stopped after that. So she basically meets someone. And, they're spending a little time together. But it kind of stops. It stops there. After they spend that little time together, I didn't write anymore because I didn't know what should happen. And I'm glad about that. Actually, that's not true. The very first draft of this story, is written out a lot more. I'm not going to use the scenes from that draft. because of how much the story has developed, and I'm not going in that direction anymore. My character is not the same from that draft. She's gonna be similar. She's not gonna be completely different. She's gonna be similar, but I just can't use that anymore. So after she meets this person and they spend a little time together, I'm going to be working in new territory, which is going to be exciting, and I think will make this process a little harder because I'm not going off of something. But it's not like this is the first time I've done that. So future videos is going to be more brainstorming. However, I am traveling soon, and I've been thinking of doing something kind of like a new series or something, fantasizing as my characters, acting as my characters, and in like real life. So since I'm traveling, I could channel my main character. Her name is Volana. I can channel Volana and have like a voice recording diary of my experience and things like that. And I can use all of that, film it also, but I can use it for the story so I can get a feel of how she felt going to a new place, even though I'm not going to. Technically, I'm not going to a new place, but it is new in a sense. Well, actually, that's the same as my character. It's not new for her because she's been there before, but it's new because of why she's going and what she knows now. So it'll be the same thing. That's really cool. Yeah, so I'm hoping to do that, and I think that'd be really nice too. I have nothing else to add other than I wish I could do Camp Nano, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm not. I don't have like. Anyways, I'm gonna go because I'm rambling too much. So, see you in the next clip for the next day.